Whoops, that's the wrong button. Let's try number 2. Come, let us practice Tantric Chanting to help us meditate like a Jedi. As the tip of our left index finger supports the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger, palms up in our lap. We could practice energy work or blissing letting go in such a manner that it feels as if the force itself is giving us a kiss upon the top of our head. To do this, we require neither faith nor visualization. It is more than enough to simply chant the following 6 syllables. Lama come to pay crown. Let's do that right now. Lama come to pay crown. Lama come to pay crown. Lama come to pay crown. Let us silently and mentally train in the Anu Yoga, that is the union of bliss and letting go. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite the verb feel. As we exhale, let us silently and mentally recite the verb rest. And of course, we're doing so through our nostrils. Having completed our first set of 16, having counted our first 16 inhalations on our right hand, we advance the tip of our left thumb upon its little finger from the first set of creases up to the second. And now we shift gears. Let's practice the first set of the awareness of and letting go, that is meditating like a Jedi, the 7th and 8th folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. As we feel air enter our nostrils, let us silently and mentally recite the verb watch. As we feel air exit our nostrils, let us silently and mentally recite the verb rest. Let us practice the holocron of impermanence and interdependence. Which is the first form of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Together let us chant. Rather than indulge or controlling tendencies with the follies of active visualization, emotion, magic, and belief, we could just recite these wise words in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. Let us therefore sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors or statements literal, and instead relax into the flexibility that savors the chance explaining metaphors as similes. All circumstances or lots in their fears are as peering yet non-graspable as a Buddha's, real or imagined paradise, pure land or vati of light. One moment. Insert. Let's find the U. And that should do it. Is it copy? Make sure this fits on the page. Okay. All right, let's hit delete and hit enter and see if that balances things out. It does. Okay. Could be as appearing and non-graspable as a Buddha's, real or imagined paradise, pure land or vati of light. Lots like vati, quite empty. Excuse me. These lots could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could laughingly absorb into this body or form. All fears melt into form. And quick edit before I start the chanting. And by the way, if you wish to chant with me, it'd be easier if you join me right here. All bodies or forms in their fears could be as sensual yet not as Let's try this again. Could be as sensual yet as non-graspable as a Devi or Yidam's real or imagined body of light. Forms like Yidam, quite empty. If you wish to chant with me, I invite you to join me right here. Excuse me. These forms could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this communicational speech. Forms, fears melt into speech. All interpersonal communication, all speech and its fears. Oops, quick edit. Please bear with me. Come on, coordination, don't fail me now. Okay, take two. Here we go. All interpersonal communication, all speech and its fears could be as resounding yet non-graspable as a real or imagined horizontal mantra rosary of light. Speech like mantra, quite empty. This speech could be as impermanent and interdependent as if it could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this mind. Speech fears melt into mind. Oh, one less edit. All lucid perceiving, emoting, intending, thinking, recalling and imagining minds and their fears could be as lucid yet not graspable as a real or imagined one-syllable seed or bija mantra of light. Minds, like bija, quite empty. These minds could be as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into our vast empty void, like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although could look tantalizing to the eye, could feel non-graspable to the hand. Mind spheres melt into void. Let's practice the second set of the awareness and letting go. That is meditating like a Jedi, the seventh and eighth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. As we feel air enter our nostrils, silently and mentally we could recite the verb watch. As we feel air exit our nostrils, silently and mentally we could recite the verb rest. We could touch the tip of our left thumb to the first set of creases at the base of its left ring finger. Then flip that hand over and use the tip of its index finger to support the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger. Upon which we could now start counting 16 inhalations. Having completed our first set of 16 inhalations on our right hand, we turn our attention back to our left hand, where our thumb now advances to its second set of creases. So I just had a brainstorm that I wish to act on before I forget. So I'm going to go a few pages to the left, several pages to the left. Okay. As we relax into our exhalation, all the circumstances of our lives we saw during our inhalation a vati lots seen yet void. Thank you very much for your patience. I really appreciate that. Excellent. Oh, excuse me. So, as the tip of our left middle finger supports the great knuckle of our right middle finger, palms up in our lap, let us practice the energy work of bliss and letting go in such a manner that it could feel like the force itself is giving us a hug. We do this not through blind faith nor through exhausting visualizations, but simply and easily and efficiently through the use of chanting words. Specifically, Lama blend with this mind. If you wish to chant with me, I invite you to join me on the tube. If you are on the clock app and you wish to chant with me, you may wish to join me on the tube app. If you are seeing my face and my desktop, you are already on the tube app. But should not be confused with the tuba. That's completely different. Lama blend with this mind. Lama blend with this mind. Lama blend with this mind. As we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite the verb feel. As we breathe out, let us silently and mentally recite the verb rest. As we do this, we're going to rest the tip of our left thumb. Okay, I want to show this here. Okay, I'm not sure how to do that. So I'm going to rest the tip of our left thumb upon the lowest crease of its left middle finger, and upon the fingers of the right hand we'll count 16 inhalations. As we feel our chest swell with breath, silently and mentally recite the verb feel. As we feel our chest subtly sink as gently we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite the verb rest. Having completed our first set of 16 inhalations, we now could advance our left thumb up its middle finger to its second set of creases. And we'll keep it there for a couple minutes. Let's practice the third set of awareness and letting go, that is meditating like a Jedi, the seventh and eighth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. As we breathe in, we're going to replace the verb feel with the verb watch. And we're going to give ourselves permission to notice in a very special way, to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly what all manner phenomena, whatever tends to pop up or cartwheel across the stage of our mind, be it external or internal, physical or mental, pleasurable or painful, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque. So it's watch, rest. Having completed a set of 16 inhalations, we now advance our left thumb upon its left middle finger, middle finger, up to a third set of creases. And now we advance the tip of our left thumb to the tip if it's middle finger. Let us practice the holocron of love and letting go, the second through fifth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Rather than indulge our controlling tendencies with the follies of active visualization, emotion, magic, and belief, we could just recite these wise words in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. Let us therefore sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors or statements literal, and instead relax into the flexibility that savors the chants explaining metaphors as similes. We'll begin by chanting an explanation of this 10-syllable mantra. Om, I invoke the love that Tade spiritually liberates into Tade physically let's try this again. Om, I invoke the love that Tade spiritually liberates. Excuse me. So if you're joining me on the clock app, if you wish to chant with me, come here and join me on the Tube app. If you see my face and the text, you're already on the Tube app. Let me rephrase this. If you see my desktop, there you go. So let's continue. Om, I invoke the love that Tade spiritually liberates, and to Tade physically rescues as well as truly blesses. So may all beings master this dynamism. So Om Tade to Tade Ture So. It's just a fancy Sanskrit way, a very metaphoric Sanskrit way for saying may we become dynamic in our kindness. We're now going to bring our experience of the mental into the path of loving kindness, the second fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. May all minds of all beings know me as joyfully enlightened as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha, symbolized by a bija, one syllable seed mantra tamotic lay drop. I'm going to add a Sanskrit word here, or Bodhi. Let's make sure this still fits, okay? Okay. May all minds of all beings know me as joyfully enlightened, or Bodhi as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha, symbolized by a bija, one syllable seed. Seed mantra tamoti clay drop. So as we breathe in, for all minds, as we breathe out, Bija wise. As we breathe in, Bija wise for all minds, as we breathe out, we're going to physically relax as best we can while simultaneously chanting the 10-syllable mantra 4 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. So if, okay, here we go. If this is your first time hanging out with me, please give yourself permission to have a learning curve. Om tare du da de du re suwa. 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 And now we're going to simply reduce this. As we breathe in, we're going to silently and mentally recite the verb love. As we exhale, we're going to silently and mentally recite the verb rest. Now let us bring our experience of the interpersonal into the path of love, which is the third fold of the Buddha's eightfold path. May all relationships, communication, all speech of all beings now be as peacefully loving as a real or imagined Buddha speech or communication symbolized by this horizontal 10-syllable mantra. 1,000 pardons. Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa. Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa. Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa. Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa, Om Daredu Daredu Risawa. And now we're going to silently and mentally recite the Maha Yoga, that is the union of love and letting go. As we breathe in, love. As we exhale, rest. Let us bring our experience of the physical into the path of love, which is the fourth fold of the Buddha's eightfold path. May all bodies or forms of all beings know and oh goodness gracious, I am just the Lord of Mucus right now. May all bodies or forms of all beings know and enjoy the beautiful health depicted in Buddha's statuary of the blissful body of a Devi or Yadama type of enlightenment such as Green Tata. Yidam health for all forms. As we breathe in, Yidam health for all forms. As we exhale, let us physically relax as best we can while striving to chant the 10-syllable mantra 4 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa. Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa. Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa, Om Daredu Daredu Risuwa. Dare do dare do re so wa. Om dare do dare do re so wa. Om dare do dare do re so wa. Om dare do dare do re so wa. Love, rest. Fourthly and finally, we're going to bring our experience of the circumstantial into the path of love, which is the fifth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have their safety, great fortune or boon. As a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land or Vanti. Vati boon for all lots. As we breathe in, silently and mentally, Vati boon for all lots. As we exhale, let us physically relax as best we can while striving to chant the 10-syllable mantra 4 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. Om Dare Du Dare Du Re So Wa. 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 Let's practice the union of love and letting go. We conclude with the fourth set of awareness and letting go that is meditating like a Jedi. The seventh and eighth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path that generate the effortless effort of the sixth fold. In our compassion, may we long to free all beings from the toxic tyranny of envy, hating, craving, and clinging, metaphorically known as the three mental poisons. In our pragmatism, may all liberation of all others be fueled by the three wish-fulfilling jewels of following the Buddha's example, applying his instructions, and cooperating with his students. Having sat for the better part of an hour, we might find it refreshing to conversationally recite the 8-syllable synopsis of these last 2 pages. May we free all through thee, 3 jewels, while performing variations of deep knee bends. This is optional, but I find it to be helpful. If you are prone to motion sickness, heads up, I'm about to swing the device. Woof. Okay. Gotta make sure I'm in frame. Here we go. Okay, let's start with heels at shoulder width. Let's do half raises. May we all through thee, 3 jewels. Back on our heels, half squats. May we free all through thee, 3 jewels. Now full squats. May we free all through thee, 3 jewels. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.